Good afternoon. Today, I am here to introduce to you an extraordinary man. He had a childhood dream of becoming a physician overshadowed by the darkness of poverty and poor grades. But nothing stopped him from thinking big to reach his dreams. He was born in Detroit, Michigan. His mother, though undereducated herself, pushed her sons to read and believe in themselves. He went from being a poor student to receiving honors and eventually attended medical school. As a doctor, he became the director of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins Hospital at age 33 and became famous for his groundbreaking work separating conjoined twins. In an interview by the Academy of Achievement, he said that he lived in the inner city in a single-parent home, dire poverty, and his mother only had a third-grade education. He experienced difficulty in school and fell to the bottom of his class. He told the Academy of Achievement that his nickname was Dummy. Determined to turn her sons around, his mother limited their TV time to just a few programs and refused to let them go outside to play until they had finished their homework. She required them to read 2 library books a week and turn in reports that she could barely read. She would take the papers and review them, scanning over the words and turning pages. Then she would place a check mark on the top of the page showing her approval. After several weeks, he began to find enjoyment in his reading. Being poor, there wasn't much opportunity to go anywhere. However, his books took him places, and between the covers of his books, he could be anybody and do anything. He saw himself as the central character of what he was reading. This soon led a strong desire to learn more. He saw that he could become the scientist or physician he had dreamed about. Staying focused on this vision of his future helped him get through some very difficult times. He amazed his teachers and classmates with his improvement and soon realized he was not dummy. After graduating with honors from high school, he knew he wanted to pursue a medical career. But because his mother was not financially well off, he had to work through most of his time in college. The automobile industry was facing a downturn in Detroit in the 1970s, making it tough to get a job. But he was determined to achieve his goals. He knocked on doors looking for summer work and usually, through persistence, was able to obtain one. From this work and a scholarship, he attended Yale University and earned a bachelor's degree in psychology. After graduating from Yale in 1973, he enrolled in the School of Medicine at the University of Michigan, choosing to become a neurosurgeon rather than a psychologist. He earned his medical degree and moved to Baltimore, Maryland, where he became a resident at Johns Hopkins University in 1977. His excellent eye-hand coordination and 3-dimensional reasoning skills made him a superior surgeon early on. Today, he is a professor of neurosurgery, oncology, plastic surgery, and pediatrics at the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, where he directed pediatric neurosurgery at the Johns Hopkins Children's Center for 39 years. He performed the first and only successful separation of twins joined at the back of the head in 1987, and the first completely successful separation of type 2 vertical craniopagus twins in 1997 in South Africa. He holds more than 60 honorary doctorate degrees and has received literally hundreds of awards and citations. He is a member of the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Medical Society, the Institute of Medicine, National Academy of Science, and many other prestigious organizations. He was appointed in 2004 by President George Bush to serve on the President's Council on Bioethics He is a highly regarded motivational speaker who has addressed various audiences from school systems and civic groups to corporations and has spoken twice during the President's National Prayer Breakfast. In 2001, he was named by CNN and Time magazines as one of the nation's 20th foremost physicians and scientists. That same year, he was selected by the Library of Congress as one of the 89th living legends. In June 2008, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by the President, which is the highest civilian honor in the land. He was recognized in November 2008 by U.S. News and World Report and Harvard Center for Public Leadership as one of America's best leaders. His 4 books, Gifted Hands, Think Big, The Big Picture and Take the Risk, Learning to Identify, Choose and Live with Acceptable Risk, provide inspiration and insight for leading a successful life. A 5th book, America the Beautiful, Rediscovering What Made This Nation Great, was released in early 2012 and made the New York Times bestseller list. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am honored to introduce to you a man that has proved that with hard work and dedication, you can achieve your dreams. Please welcome Dr. Benjamin Solomon Carson.